What's up, guys? It's the Watchman's Post. I want to say again that I've moved most of my videos to Bitchute. If you want to see those Russia, Ukraine videos, they're all going to be on Bitchute. So check out the link below, go to the Bitchute and check out the compilations I've made lately. There's a lot of just individual videos that I grab raw and throw them up as they are. I'll be posting a few talking videos on YouTube until my strike goes away. I might throw some more war videos up on YouTube once the strikes go away. I just want to remind everybody, my Twitter is private, but I will approve you so that you can see everything. If you'd like to message me, you can always click the Discord link. I wanted to make another video about North Korea. I feel like I hadn't made one in a long time. I wanted to go back over North Korea and the dream I've had. I feel like it's the prophecy that God's given me. It was about 5 years ago now, and I remember I went into a dream, and then I had a vision inside of the dream. And I was in my bed, and my wife came to me, told me that there was an emergency broadcast over the phone systems. She told me that basically Trump had warned everybody that he was about to do a strike on North Korea. At first, he said that for nobody to panic because he was expecting it to be kind of like a strike in the Middle East on Syria, and that hopefully nothing would happen. And then later on, another broadcast came back out, and he said that there was missiles inbound for America, and that meant that China and Russia and North Korea were all sending nuclear ICBMs to America. And then shortly later, another broadcast came out and said not to worry, that the U.S. was going to try to intercept these ICBMs. I don't remember any more broadcasts after that. It seemed like the power went out. The next thing I know, my children are running around the room, and I could hear God speak to me and say that I was chosen. The next thing after that, I looked and my children disappeared. They didn't fly up through the ceiling, they just dematerialized. And I could feel that I was about to disappear next. I began warning during Trump's first term, expecting that he would get a second term right after that. I never expected that he would lose to Biden. But now it's pretty obvious that he's going to come back and win this next election, and it'll be fulfilled probably towards the end of this second term. I would expect at the very end. So I hate to hurt anybody's feelings, but if that's right, if I'm right, then that means we have at least 6 more years from the date of this video. It would probably be the last year of his term. I'm not the only one who has North Korea dreams. Look through YouTube, type in North Korea dreams, and see all the other people that have made videos about North Korea and the dreams that they've had. When this all first began for me, I was in a rough place in my life, and I prayed to God to give me some sort of hope to get me through. I didn't think that he needed me. There were so many people in the world working for God, you know? I just wanted something to hold on to so that I could make it through. That's when he told me to watch Israel and the Middle East. And then later he told me North Korea. And then he gave me that dream. And he told me to watch. And we're all called to watch in the Bible. Mark 13:37 says, "And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." So we're all called to watch. So don't get caught up on titles or the fact that I say that I'm a watchman. We're all watchmen. We're all called to watch. Isaiah 21:5 says, "Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, and anoint the shield." 1 Thessalonians 5:6 says, "Therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober." Matthew 24:42 says, "Watch ye there, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come." Over and over and over, there's these Bible verses that tell us to watch. God just told me what to watch for. He told me, like I said, watch Israel, watch the Middle East. He told me to watch North Korea. And slowly, as I began to study the Word, I learned that the sword is war, that God calls for the sword, and that's one of the major ways that he's always judged the earth, and nations. Just like Russia and Ukraine today is God's sword. We're watching the bear, Daniel's bear. Isaiah 49:23 says, "Thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me." So we wait and we watch. One of my favorite verses is Zephaniah 3:8. "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." And he's saying, just as we already know, that when Jesus does come back, the second coming, he's going to burn the whole earth up in judgment. And he's said that all the way back in Zephaniah. This gives a little more detail, saying that he's going to gather all the nations together. So you're looking for World War III, gathering of the nations. Like I said, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and tell you that it's not going to happen this week or today. I'm just telling you what I've got from the Lord, and you can believe me, you can think I'm wrong, and you can read your numbers and signs in the clouds if you want. You're going to do whatever you want to do anyway. People are going to laugh, they're going to think I'm crazy. But God told me recently I had fallen away. And if you look back at my videos, you can tell that I took a break for a year because I thought I was wrong. But he brought me back a little over a month ago. I can tell that story on a different day, different video. But one of the things he said before he left was that when he visited me, told me to come back. He told me that the Ukraine thing was going to go on for a little while. And this was right before they were surrounding Ukraine, but they hadn't invaded yet. And he told me that was going to go on for a while, but it would stop. And then after it stops, the Middle East is going to be what's next. So I imagine we'll be watching the Middle East for the next few years. You know, the Bible says no man knows the hour of the day, but it doesn't mean that you can't have a general idea of the season or possibly the year. So don't be discouraged that we may have about 6 more years. Be encouraged that you have 6 more years to do more work for God, produce more fruits for God, to get right if you're not right, earn more rewards in heaven, reach more people, maybe bring them to Jesus, more time to spend with your family. Take these next few years and enjoy them every day that you have. If you're unsure about anything that I've said, go ahead and pray to God and ask him to show you. Ask him about North Korea. Ask him about Trump starting a war with North Korea. And wait and see if he gives you a dream or however it is that he communicates with you. Because God communicates with people differently. Some people have visions and they're seers. Some people are dreamers. Some people can hear. So God will answer, you know. If you seek him with your whole heart, he'll answer. And it's written that God will withhold no good thing from them. But my job isn't to make you believe. I try to do that with the news and show you how things are unfolding. My job is only to give you the message. Everything else is extra. Like I said, don't be discouraged that I'm telling you there's 6 more years. Be encouraged by that because Jesus has been gone for 2,000 years. There were many people, many generations before us who thought that they were going to see Jesus in their day, that wanted it to be in their day. And I'm telling you it's 6 more years. So be encouraged by that. Maybe it'll mean a little something to you when you see that I'm right and that Trump will win and will come back. Hopefully that will encourage you. When you see that Ukraine stops and that the Middle East picks up, hopefully that will encourage you. If God gives me any more messages, I'll be sure to share it with you. Hang on, it's not long now.
And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast.
The communist Spectre took the form of a serpent, then that of a red dragon, and it keeps company with Satan, who hates God.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof?